In this review, we're going to review the Smith & Wesson SD9VE handgun. This is a 9mm handgun. Now, this gun can be purchased, and the easiest place to go and get a gun would be Academy Sports. You can go down there, pick out the gun, sign some forms. They'll process them, and within a couple hours, you can have the gun. I mean, they'll actually do it right there if they're not busy. They'll call it into the FBI and Homeland Security, and if you do pass a background check, you can walk out with one right then. Now, I'm not a big gun enthusiast. The reason I got a gun was for protection of my home protection. I was thinking about getting a shotgun. I was thinking about getting a knife, mace, maybe something less lethal. But I finally decided I'm just going to get a real gun. The only reason, the bad thing about it is the liability. How about you're sleeping and some kids come in, they're playing a prank on you, and you accidentally shoot them, and next thing you know, you're in prison for the rest of your life, or so it's kind of scary owning one at that aspect because the liability. You don't want to accidentally hurt someone. So, but pros and cons. What's the odds somebody's going to break in? But if they ever did, at least I would be prepared if something happened to protect my family for sure. Now, the reason I got this gun is one, it's I think it's for one, when I went in there and held all the guns, this gun just felt the best in my hand. And I like the price, $299. It was cheap. It's a 9mm. That seems to be the most used, and they had the most ammo, and it was the cheapest. One thing to take in consideration, I guess I've read on this. It said a lot of the police officers have hollow point bullets. One of the reasons for hollow point bullets is, let's say you're in your house, or let's say you live in an apartment, and then you shoot at somebody that's attacking you. Let's say you miss them, and the bullet, if it's not a hollow point, it will just go through, like it'll go through sheetrock, and it can go through a couple things of sheetrock and kill somebody in the next apartment or the next house. A hollow point, when it hits something, it expands. So if it hits sheetrock or something, it's going to expand and kind of get rid of a lot of the energy. So it's not just going to go flying through walls and possibly kill somebody else. So one thing to think about too, you might want to buy the hollow points. So another cool thing about this gun, and you just don't see this very often. Used to, when I was growing up, you'd see it all the time, and even on Walmart, on both sides of the store, they'd have these big USA flags. And I think that's awesome that it's manufactured in the USA. I think that's great. So that's Smith & Wesson, has a good name, great feel in your hand. It comes with two clips, so it comes with this clip, and it comes with this is 16 rounds. So you got 16 rounds. You got a lot of ammo going if something ever did really bad go down. Another reason I bought this gun is because, I'll show you why. Let me take the clip out. There's no safety on it. There is a safety. What they consider the safety is this trigger. So if something snags on it, you kind of have to hit it down here. See how it pulls? If you hit it up here, it snags. So that's the only safety. Some people may not agree with me on this, and I understand. What I like about this gun is there is no safety, so a kid can't just pick it up and accidentally hit the safety real easy and then pow, pow, hit them. You have to actually pick it up and cock it, and it's very hard to cock. So a little kid, I've had my 3-year-old try to cock it. There's no way he could cock this thing. So that's what I like about it. I don't leave a bullet in the chamber. There's never a bullet in the chamber. So if you come up and get the gun, it will never fire. See, and there's no safety. And it's really hard to cock. Like I say. So if something did happen, I keep this at my nightstand. There's no bullet in it, and I keep it in the nightstand. So if something ever did happen, I'd be able to easily pull it open and grab it, and then simply cock it. It would be live at that point. There's no safety, and at that point you could fire. Another good thing about this gun in particular, another thing I like about it is it's heavy. I mean, there's some weight to it. There's some metal to it. If it misfired, or if you didn't have time to cock, just grabbing it, you would have a weapon in your hand right there. You could knock someone unconscious easily if you hit them in the head with this. So I think This is just the one I chose, and it's a big decision to make. I think it's an insurance policy. You may never need it, but you never know. Somebody comes in with a gun in your house, or a couple big guys, and you're sitting there defenseless, and they got your wife and they got your kids. You might, at that point be thinking, dang, I wish I would have got a gun. But at the same time, it could be a liability if a kid got a hold of it or something. I have a 12-year-old, and we sat down and we had a long eye-to-eye contact talk about this, and he knows exactly what it means. Like if some friends came over, oh, let's, here's a gun, or if he didn't even get it, if a friend came over and got it, he would know what to do, know what to say. So it's definitely a liability. You got to weigh your pros and cons, but the Smith & Wesson SD9VE was, I think, a good choice. It has a lot of rounds, 2 clips. You got a lot of bullets. Heavy. You could use it as a weapon just like that. So made in the USA. If you have any comments, definitely leave them below. I'd love to hear from them. All right. Y'all have a great day.